Today I was feeling pretty blah, and I decided to sit down and do an art meditation to, first of all, just sit with what I'm feeling, to also express some of those emotions on the paper. So I was feeling some impatience and antsiness, even some annoyance, and I went with a bold red. Red for me invokes action, movement. It's a warm, in your face color. There's a lot of energy behind the color red, and it just felt really good to do these little scribble blobs or, the watercolor bursts on the paper with this bright, bold color. So I already started feeling some relief at this point, and then I decided to bring in this soft purple to pair with the red. Now, I normally wouldn't put these two colors together, especially with the watercolor pen technique. I'm going to be bringing in some water here and blending. And normally these colors can, kind of run together and create a muddy gray brown color that's not typically very attractive. But I was kind of in that mood of like, good, let it look bad. And I do recommend you don't get too hung up on the outcome of your art meditations. But there is something that can be really satisfying if you're in a funk or in a bad mood or having one of those days where you're sort of like, I'm going to do this anyway. Like, I don't know. It's like rebelliousness or something. But it felt good to blend these colors together. So as I started blending with the water, I was really feeling a lot better. And it took some discipline to use gentle brush strokes here and maintain a more flowy, loose grip, flowy strokes. And I am going to, in a couple minutes, give myself the opportunity to make some scribbles and express more of that frustration, literally with a marker. But this was just a nice way to sit with myself and feel what I was feeling, to look at my emotions as the color was put on the paper, and sit with my thoughts a little bit too. So you can totally meditate when you're in a bad mood. And I do traditional meditation where I sit, but art meditation is my favorite technique for expressing certain emotions, connecting to the emotions that I'm having in my body. How does it feel in my body? And I just can see what's going on inside me on the paper. I tend to pick colors that are very reflective of my mood or just, what might be going on in my life that day, that week, that month. But I already started feeling a lot better. I should say I found more relief here. And then I let these dry for a little bit. I tidied up my art studio, and then I brought out the marker once these were dry. And I'm just going to first loosely outline these shapes. This is a technique I do all the time. I have many videos. I call these scribble blobs, partly because, that's what they are. They're blobs of color that I scribble on top of. But scribble blob, there's not really a lot of pressure or expectation here. So if I tell you we're going to do a scribble blob technique, you can't really get it wrong. If you can scribble, if you can blob, you're good to go. And now I'm just giving myself a little more freedom to create shapes, you know, outlining what I see, but also just sort of sitting with, again, the impatience, the annoyance, the antsiness, and pretending that those feelings are being drawn on the page as I go. All right, it's time to get some of that blah out. So we're going to, enough with the flowiness. We're going to do some harsh little scribble marks here and just let this feel good. Okay, I've got my scribble blobs, but I still, there's something else. I want to get some more out. So, you know what? Let's just add some free form scribbles on the white space here. Let's fill up this white space and let's keep going. I'm still feeling a little bit of that pent up blockness, and I'm going to add some more of those expressive scribble marks and dots in the white space here. And what this is doing for me is, I mean, aside from the creative expression, it's also bringing me a sense of balance by filling the white space and adding these dots and scribbles where I just intuitively feel drawn to go. Pun absolutely intended there. It provides me with relief and satisfaction. And this is where I finally started to feel okay, I'm okay. So that's my bad mood art meditation. But I think I got the blah out on the paper. Thanks for joining me.